It's week 15, day 98 of my full-time chronic pain rehabilitation journey. I'm Jason, and today I'm going to tell you about a day that was both wonderful and terrible all at the same time. It was so crazy I didn't have time to even prepare a video script, and so I'm just going to recount the events and maybe, provide some insights as I go along. So yesterday we got our COVID vaccines. This was the second dose, and my wife started to show some negative symptoms that evening, and they got more and more severe, and then this morning she was completely out of commission, which put me in the driver's seat with both of the kids. But let me backtrack just a bit. I went to bed, I followed all of my sleeping protocols to the T, and I could not sleep. I got 45 minutes approximately of sleep last night, which was horrible. And preceding that, I've gotten, on average, 4 hours of sleep a night for the last 2 weeks, which is awful. So I'm already chronically sleep deprived, and I could not sleep. And every technique I have, I tried. None of it worked. But the nice point is I did not get frustrated with myself last night. I was calm the whole night through. And I, again, just kept trying my meditation techniques. I listened to an audiobook, nonfiction, of course, by Sadhguru called Inner Engineering. This is the second time I've gone through the book. And I just tried to use that time to learn something that was interesting but not stimulating necessarily. And so I passed the time well. Come morning, I have to get up and take care of my daughter and get her ready to take her to school. So I got all that going, and then I played with her in her room. This is part of the wonderful. The terrible was not sleeping. The wonderful was I got to play dress up with her in her room, and then I took her to her school, dropped her off, and then I went to the gym, and I did as much of my routine as I could in the time limit. She goes there for about 3 hours each day, or every other day actually, and I crammed as much as I could into those 3 hours, including the recovery center. And then I went and picked her up, and we just ran a bunch of errands, and then I went and got my oldest son from his job after he got done, came home, I made dinner. I just did everything. So I was basically playing Mr. Mom on almost no sleep, and I think I did a pretty incredible job of it. I played with my daughter after dinner. We were throwing the ball to each other. She happened to spontaneously reach over during dinner, give me a hug and a kiss, because we'd bonded that day. Like, we'd spent so much time together. This was like the wonderful part of all of it. So to summarize the day, it was both terrible and wonderful at the same time. It proved to me that I could hold it together with very minimal sleep and still function in a decent capacity. I was able to bond with my daughter. I was able to go through all of my routines, even though I can just feel this fatigue, mental fatigue, just right behind, the center of my head. It's just living there, and it's getting more and more powerful, and I was able to just hold it together. I didn't lose my temper with anybody. I was never short with anybody. I did everything I said I was going to do, which was amazing. And so in the midst of going through what I think is an unexpected trial, I knew it was going to be hard to go off my sleep meds. I had no idea it would be this hard. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I went to my PT appointment with my daughter before I took her to school. And so they're doing very aggressive manipulations now. It's as hard as you can do, all up and down my thoracic spine. So I went in there already kind of in pain. They put me in more pain. So not only am I sleep deprived, I'm hurting. I'm hurting actively. It's difficult to deal with. And so I'm just doing all of that at the same time, being Mr. Mom, a great dad, just proving to myself that I am strong and capable of dealing with some really difficult stuff. And I didn't know how hard this was going to be. Like, I expected difficulty in my journey, but it would be of the kind of, I've talked about having shutdowns where I can't function for a couple of days, having to stay in bed, that kind of stuff. That never really happened. But now I'm dealing with something kind of unexpected, I guess predictable, but still unexpected for me. I didn't really anticipate it. And I'm just having to go through some really difficult trials. And you will too. They won't be my trials, but you will have these trials. And I'm hoping you get to a point where you've done what I've done, which is you keep functioning and you have wonderful experiences on terrible days, just like I did today. Of course, I have no idea how tomorrow is going to turn out because I will probably be even more tired than I am today, which scares me. Can I do that? I don't know, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Fighting for your life means learning how to thoroughly enjoy your day, even when you feel terrible. If you find my videos helpful, please pass them along and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, keep fighting for your life.